Chapter 1. Introduction to Word Remembering Techniques. Hi, I am Ariel. Today I want to share some ideas about how to remember words. If you are new to English, you may find it hard to keep new words in your mind. Do not worry. I will show you some easy ways to help you remember words. Learning words is the first step in learning a language. When you know more words, you can speak better. You can understand people and join in conversations. Words are like little keys that open many doors. Each word makes your world a bit larger. Remembering words is very important. Words help you tell your story and share your ideas. They help you write messages and understand books. When you learn many words, you feel more confident. It is like having many colors in your paint box so you can draw a bright picture. Your brain loves clear and simple images. When you learn a new word, try to see a picture in your mind. For example, when you hear the word dog, think of a friendly dog wagging its tail. This simple picture helps your brain hold on to the word. Another way to remember words is to use them in short sentences. This helps you see how words work in real life. For example, if you learn the word happy, you can say, "I am happy today because the sun is bright." This way, you not only learn the meaning of the word, but you also learn how to use it. Try to make a simple sentence with every new word you learn. This makes the word more useful and real for you. Repetition is a very strong friend when you learn new words. When you repeat a word, you give your brain many chances to remember it. Think of it like watering a plant. If you water a plant every day, it will grow. In the same way, if you say or write a word many times, it will grow in your mind. Do not feel bad if you forget a word sometimes. This is normal. The more you repeat, the more the word will stay with you. You can say the word out loud or write it in a small notebook. This daily practice is a great way to remember words. It is also very helpful to study words in small groups. Do not try to learn too many words at one time. Take a few words and learn them well. For example, you might learn 3 new words in one day. Then, spend some time using them in sentences. You can make a very short story that uses all 3 words. This helps you see how the words work together. When words are linked, they are easier to remember. Using your senses is another fun way to keep words in mind. When you learn a word, listen to how it sounds and feel its rhythm. Say the words slowly and clearly. Look at a picture that shows the word. If you learn the word lemon, try to imagine its bright yellow color and its sour taste. Use as many senses as you can. This makes each word very vivid in your mind. You can also practice words by testing yourself in a fun way. For example, you can make small cards with the word on one side and its meaning on the other. Look at the card and try to say the meaning in your own words. Then, turn the card over to check if you are right. This little game is a great way to review what you have learned. It makes your study time fun and helps to fix the words in your memory. Another useful idea is to talk with someone. Practice speaking new words with a friend or a teacher. The more you use the words, the more they will become a part of you. Speak slowly and clearly at first. Later, as you become more comfortable, you can join in longer conversations. Do not worry about mistakes. Every time you try, you improve a little more. If you sometimes find a word hard to remember, try to connect it with a word you already know. For example, if you learn the word gigantic, you can think of it as a very big word. It may help to compare it to the word big. This way, your brain can create a link between the new word and the word that is already familiar. When words are connected, they become easier to recall. All of these tips are here to help you remember words and build your English vocabulary step by step. Every new word is like a small victory. With each word you add, you can express yourself better. Even if you learn just a few words today, it is a good start. Keep working every day, and soon you will see your vocabulary grow. Learning words is not a race. You can take your time. Enjoy the process of learning. Be patient with yourself and celebrate every success. Your journey to learn English is full of many small, happy moments. Every word you remember is a step forward on your way to speaking with ease. This lesson is the beginning of a longer journey. We will learn many techniques to help you remember words better. Today, we focused on a few simple steps: looking at pictures, writing short sentences, repeating words, testing yourself, and linking new words with old ones. All these methods work well together. They help your brain keep words and use them when you need them. Thank you for reading this lesson. I hope you feel ready to try these ideas. Every day, try to learn and remember new words. With a little practice each day, you will soon find that remembering words is not hard at all. Enjoy your journey, and let every word bring you closer to speaking English with confidence and joy. Chapter 2: Visualization Technique. Today, we will learn about using pictures in your mind to help remember words. This method is called visualization. It is a fun and easy way to hold words in your memory. When you learn a new word, try to see a clear picture of it. Close your eyes and think of what the word looks like. This simple act makes the word much easier to recall later. When you hear a word, take a moment to think of an image. For example, if you learn the word apple, see a bright red apple with a small green leaf in your mind. Imagine its smooth skin and even a small shine on it. This mental image will help your brain keep the words safe for a long time. Visualization works well because our minds love pictures. When we see a picture, it sticks in our memory. It is easier for us to remember an image than a list of sounds or letters. This is why using visual images when you learn words can make your studies much lighter and more fun. You do not need any art skills to use this technique. All you need is your mind's eye. When you try to remember a word, focus on one clear image. Keep the picture simple and bright. The clearer the image, the easier it will be for you to recall the word. Let the picture fill your mind and become part of the word. In your daily practice, take a new word and create a strong picture for it. This picture can be a real object or something that represents the word in your own way. For instance, if you learn the word cat, think of a small, soft cat with bright eyes. You might even remember a cat you have seen before. Use that memory to make the word more personal. The key is to add as many details as you can. Try to see the shape, the color, and even the texture of the object. If you learn the word forest, picture many tall trees with green leaves and a little light filtering through. The details help your mind hold on to the word. You do not need to be perfect with your image. Even a rough idea is good enough to help you remember. Another tip is to connect the new word with something you already know. If the word sounds like another word, use that similarity to create a mental picture. For example, if you learn the word breeze, you might think of a gentle wind moving through a field. This connection makes the new word feel less strange. It links to an image or a memory you already have. It is also useful to make the picture move. Instead of just a still image, imagine the word in action. Think of a running dog when you learn the word run. The movement makes the picture more alive in your memory. You can also imagine sounds or feelings with the picture. If you think of the word rain, try to feel the drops falling and hear the soft sound. Using more of your senses makes the image stronger. Take your time with each new word. Do not rush the picture in your mind. The slower you build the image, the better it stays with you. Practice looking at an object in real life and then closing your eyes to recall it. This exercise will help you see the difference between a weak image and a strong one. Over time, you will build a bank of clear pictures that match many words. When you study with this method, try to use a notebook or a piece of paper. Write the new word, and next to it, describe the picture in simple words. For instance, for the word sunflower, you can write big yellow flower with a brown center. This small note can help you if you forget the picture. Then, every time you see the word, read your note and close your eyes to see the image. It is important to practice every day. Even if you only spend a few minutes with this technique, it adds up. With regular practice, you will find that the images in your mind become vivid and strong. You will start to associate words with pictures almost automatically. This helps you remember the word when you need it in speaking or writing. Do not worry if the images change over time. It is natural for your picture to evolve. The important part is that you remember the word. Sometimes the image might be different each time you see it. That is okay, as long as the idea of the word stays the same. Each new picture still ties back to the word itself. You can try this method on many types of words. Even for words that are not easy to picture, try to think of a symbol or a sign that represents the idea. For example, for the word friend, you can imagine a smiling face, a handshake, or two people talking happily. These images capture the heart of the word, making it easier to call to mind when you need it. This simple way of learning can make your English study more exciting. It turns word memorization into a creative game. Every new word you learn is like a small drawing in your mind. You are building a gallery of pictures that help you talk and write better. As you add more words, your mental gallery grows. Soon, you will have a rich collection of images that help you use English with more confidence. In the end, remember that visualization is a tool to help your learning. It does not matter if your pictures are not perfect. The goal is to use your creativity to bring words to life in your mind. With each new word, spend a moment to see its image clearly. Practice this often and enjoy the beauty of learning through simple pictures. Your mind will thank you, and soon you will find that remembering words is easier than you ever thought possible. Chapter 3: Connecting Words with Similar Ones. Today we learn another step in remembering words. This method is called connecting words. It helps you link a new word with a word you already know. When words are connected in your mind, they become easier to recall. You start to see a small family of words that share a similar meaning. This makes your new vocabulary feel familiar and friendly. When you meet a new word, ask yourself if it is like any word you already know. For example, if you learn the word gigantic, you can think of the word big. Both words tell you something about size, but gigantic means very big. This simple link makes gigantic easier to remember. The more you practice linking words, the stronger these connections will become in your mind. You can try to group words that have similar meanings. Imagine you learn 3 words that all describe small size. They may be tiny, mini, and little. By grouping these words together, you create a small network in your brain. When you remember one, the others come along too. This grouping makes learning new words less difficult and more fun. It is a good idea to write your words down in a notebook. On one page, write a new word, and next to it, write a word you already know that has the same meaning. For example, you might write joyful and then happy beside it. When you look at your notebook later, you will see your connections written down. This practice will help your brain to link the words naturally. The more you write and read these pairs of words, the more they will stick with you. Talking about words with a friend or teacher can help a lot too. When you share your connections, you say the words out loud. This makes the connection stronger. For instance, you can say, "I learned that cheerful is like happy." Hearing your voice makes your brain work harder to keep the memory of the word. Each time you discuss and share a word, you build a bigger network of words in your mind. Another way to connect words is to think of their sounds or look. Some new words sound like words you already know. When the sound is similar, it creates a natural link. For example, if you learn the word slender, you might connect it with skinny. They both talk about being thin. This sound or look similarity can help you remember the new word more quickly. Sometimes a word may seem unique at first. In these cases, try to find an opposite word. If you learn a word like cold, think of the word hot. Opposites are easy to remember because they set up a clear contrast in your mind. This method of linking opposites builds a strong system for learning many new words. You can also make a little story in your head. When you create a short story that uses both a new word and a known word, you form a vivid picture. For example, if you learn ancient and you already know old, think of a story about an old castle. This story helps your brain understand that ancient means very old. The story you create, even if it is very simple, can tie the new word to something real in your life. Take time with each new word. Do not rush the process. Look at the word, think of its meaning, and then search your mind for a familiar word that feels close in meaning. This little pause helps build the connection. Over time, your brain will start to use these links without much thought. It becomes a habit, and habits help you remember words for a long time. Practice is very important. Each day, try to learn a few new words. Then spend a few minutes each day reviewing them with the connections you made. You can say to yourself, "This word means the same as that word." By repeating these connections, you reinforce the links in your memory. With time, you will see that words are not isolated ideas. They are parts of a larger network that you create step by step. Every small connection you build is like adding a brick to a strong wall. When you have many bricks, you have a solid structure of vocabulary that supports your speech and writing. Your network of connected words will help you find the right word faster when you speak. This makes your conversation smoother and more enjoyable. Do not worry if you sometimes forget a link. It is normal for memory to need more practice. Keep using the method every day. Soon, you will notice that you are better at linking new words with words you already know. Each time you make a connection, you build confidence and improve your language skills. Remember that connecting words is like making new friends. Each word is a friend that you add to your group. The more friends you have, the easier it is to talk and share ideas. Enjoy the process of building your network. Every connection you make is a step towards speaking English with more ease and joy. Keep practicing, and let each new word join your growing family. Chapter 4. Repetition and practice with new words. Today we learn about repetition. Repetition means saying or writing a word many times. It is a simple and strong way to help your mind remember new words. When you repeat a word, you water it like a plant. Every time you see or say it, the word grows stronger in your memory. This method is very helpful for beginners because it builds a solid base for learning English. When you first learn a new word, try to say it out loud a few times. Then, write it on a piece of paper. Look at the word again later in the day. This small act of reviewing makes the word stick with you. It is like putting a drop of water on a seed. With many drops each day, the seed turns into a strong plant. Repetition is like these drops that help your memory grow. Another way to use repetition is by making flashcards. Write the new word on one side and its meaning on the other. Look at the card and try to remember the meaning. Then flip the card to see if you are right. This game with cards makes repetition fun and keeps your brain active. Each time you test yourself, your memory gets a little stronger. With flashcards, you review words many times without getting bored. You can also use a notebook for practice. Write each new word along with a simple sentence that uses the word. Every day, read your notebook and say the words out loud. This daily review makes your learning steady and sure. Over time, you will see that your notebook becomes a friend that helps you remember many new words. It is normal to forget words sometimes. Do not worry if a word slips from your mind. When you see it again, repeat it many times. Mistakes are part of learning. Each mistake is a chance to try again. Every time you repeat a word, your mind remembers it a little better. With each practice, the word finds a safe place in your memory. Another good idea is to use spaced repetition. This means you review a new word a few minutes after you learn it, then a few hours later, and then the next day. Spaced repetition gives your mind time to absorb the word before you see it again. This method helps to move the word from short-term to long-term memory. It is a small habit that makes a big difference in how well you remember. Practice can also be fun when you work with a friend. Ask your friend to quiz you on new words. Say a word and ask what it means, or ask your friend to say a word so you can answer with its meaning. Talking with a friend helps you use repetition in conversation. It is a great way to make learning feel like a game. When you play this game often, your new words become as natural as the air you breathe. Using your phone or computer can add more fun to repetition. Many free apps help you study vocabulary by showing you words and testing your memory. These apps often have games that let you repeat words in a playful way. This modern way of practicing is exciting and easy. It gives you extra chances to say and hear your new words, which makes them stick in your mind. Do not forget to speak your new words in everyday conversations. Every time you speak English, try to use the new words you are learning. For example, if you learned the word happy, you might say, "I'm happy today because the sun is shining." When you use the word naturally, it becomes part of your vocabulary. Speaking out loud is one of the best ways to practice repetition because it trains your ears and your mouth to work with the word. Listening to your own voice also helps. You can record yourself saying a word or a simple sentence with the word. Later, listen to the recording. Hearing your voice reminds your mind of the word. This is another form of repetition that uses sound to help you learn. It shows you that there are many ways to repeat words and make them part of your life. Remember that it is best to study in short sessions every day. Trying to learn too many words at one time can be overwhelming. Instead, choose a few new words and work with them until they feel comfortable. A little practice each day makes your memory stronger over time. With each short session, your vocabulary will grow steadily. It is like adding a small brick to a big wall that supports all your English skills. Every day, be sure to set aside a few minutes for repetition. This small daily habit will change your learning journey. Over time, you will see that repetition makes even the hardest words easier to remember. Your English will improve, and you will become more confident when you speak or write. Repetition and practice create a bridge to understanding and using your new words every day. Keep practicing with care and patience. Each word you repeat is a step toward better English. With every review, your memory becomes a little stronger. Enjoy each repetition as a small victory. Soon, you will notice that your new words are part of your daily conversations. Repetition is the key to making your learning last. Stay consistent, and your efforts will shine bright in your journey to master English. Chapter 5. Contextual Learning with Words and Sentences. Today we learn a new way to remember words. This method is called contextual learning with words and sentences. When you use words in sentences, they feel more natural. You will learn them when you use them in real life. It is easier to remember words when they are part of a sentence. This way, you know how to use the word when talking or writing. Words in sentences form a small story in your mind. They give meaning to the word. Without context, the word can seem empty. With context, the word has a clear place and use in your life. When you see a word used in a sentence, you understand its meaning better. For example, the word bright is not only a word. It can show that the sun is shining or that a person is smart. When you learn bright by reading, "The sun is bright today," you see what bright means. It comes alive in your mind. Try to read simple sentences that show new words. This is one step to build a strong vocabulary. Learning words in context also makes reading easier. When you read a book or a simple story, the sentences help you understand the meaning of new words. Your brain works with the flow of ideas. The word is seen in the place it should be. This makes the learning process smooth. Even if you do not know every word, you can guess some by the sentence. This guessing builds your skill in English. Over time, you become more confident reading and speaking. Another way to practice is to create your own simple sentences with new words. You can write a short sentence every day. For example, if you learn the word happy, you can write, "I feel happy when I play with my dog." This practice makes the word useful and real for you. Write more sentences. When you write, you use the word many times. This repetition in sentences helps you remember the word longer. It is good to make sentences that are related to your life. When a word is connected to your own experience, it feels special. For example, if you learn delicious, you can write, "The bread from the bakery is delicious." Here, you see the word with something you know. This method makes learning fun and personal. Try to use words that you learn in your day-to-day life. When you speak with friends or family, use the new words. This makes the learning process natural. Sometimes you can also listen to sentences. You may listen to simple conversations or recordings that use everyday words. Listen carefully to how the words sound in a sentence. This will help you learn both meaning and pronunciation. When you hear a word used in a sentence, you feel the rhythm of the language. Listening is a good way to learn words in context. It connects speaking, writing, and hearing the language together. Making simple stories with new words can be another fun practice. Try to create a short story using 2 or 3 new words. For example, if you learn the words fast, car, and city, you may write, "The fast car raced through the busy city." When you write a story, you imagine a scene in your mind. This makes the words clearer and easier to remember. When you tell a story, you use your imagination. Your brain links the words with a visual memory. This is a strong way to learn. Do not worry if your sentences are very simple. Simple sentences are good for learning. They help you understand the basic meaning of the words. Every sentence you write or speak gives you more practice. With every new sentence, your memory grows. English is a language built on many small sentences that come together. It is important to start with what you know and build from there. It is also helpful to review the sentences you create. Go back and read the sentences you wrote. See if you remember the meaning of every word. This review helps strengthen the connection between the word and its meaning. Each time you read a sentence, the word comes back to your mind. With practice, these words will become part of your everyday language. You can also ask a friend or teacher to help. They can give you feedback on your sentences. This makes you more aware of how to use the words correctly. It is a shared learning experience that can boost your confidence. In this way, you learn from others and improve together. Sharing your work is a good habit that helps both you and your friends. Learning words in context is like putting pieces of a puzzle together. Each word fits into a sentence, just as a puzzle piece fits into a bigger picture. With practice, you will see the whole picture come to life. Every new word is a piece that adds to your language skill. Soon, you will be able to understand long stories and express your ideas clearly. Using sentences in your study time is a daily habit. It is best to choose a few new words each day and then write them in sentences. Even 5 words a day can make a big change over time. Small daily steps lead to big achievements. When you practice regularly, you build a strong foundation in English. It is also useful to mark the parts of the sentence. Notice how the word is used as an adjective, a noun, or a verb. For beginners, this can help you see the pattern of language. For example, in the sentence, "The red apple is juicy," the word red describes the apple. Learning how a word works in a sentence helps you use it correctly later. With time, you will start to see these patterns naturally. Sometimes, you may feel unsure about a new sentence. Do not be afraid to ask for help. A teacher or a friend can show you simple sentences with the word you find difficult. This collaboration makes learning easier. When you see more examples, you understand better. Remember, there is no rush. Take your time and enjoy each new word as it fits into a sentence. It is good to use a dictionary that gives examples of sentences. Many simple dictionaries show you how a word is used in everyday language. Look at these examples and try to make your own sentences. They serve as a guide and make you feel more secure. Each sentence you learn adds to your strength in English. Soon, you will notice a change in your reading and speaking skills. As you write and speak, try to feel the flow of the sentence. Notice how each word connects to the next. This feeling is the natural rhythm of English. When you are comfortable with this rhythm, you find it easier to build longer sentences in the future. It is like learning to dance with words. You need practice to feel the rhythm. With each sentence, you join the dance. Sometimes, using words in context can also be fun. Try to write a funny sentence or a short joke using a new word. When learning is fun, you remember words better. Laughter and joy make the brain work in a creative way. Do not worry if your sentence is silly. Every word you use helps you become better at English. Enjoy the process and let each sentence help you grow your language skill. Chapter 6. Using flashcards and memory games. Today we learn a fun way to remember words. This method uses flashcards and memory games. Flashcards are little cards that help you review words. On one side, you write a new word. On the other side, you write its meaning or a simple sentence with the word. When you look at the card, try to say the meaning from memory. Then, check the other side to see if you are right. This small game helps your mind hold the new word. Using flashcards is very easy. All you need is a stack of cards or paper slips. Each day, take a few cards and look at them one by one. Say the word out loud and try to remember what it means. Do this slowly and clearly. If you make a mistake, do not worry. Look at the card again and try to remember next time. With practice, you will see that your brain begins to remember the words faster. Flashcards can be used on paper. You can also use a phone or computer. Many free apps help you make flashcards. These apps show you the word and then quiz you. They sometimes add a fun timer or points to keep you motivated. You may choose the way that feels best for you. The most important thing is to review the words often. Memory games are another simple way to learn new words. In a memory game, you try to find matching pairs. For example, you write a new word on one card and its meaning on another card. Shuffle all the cards and place them face down on a table. Then, turn over 2 cards at a time. If they match, you keep them. If they do not match, turn them back over. This game not only makes you remember the words, but it also trains your mind to see connections. You can play these memory games with a friend or by yourself. If you play with a friend, you take turns to flip the cards. This makes learning a social and fun activity. Both of you can see the words and meanings, and then talk about them. Talking about the words helps even more to fix them in your memory. Even if you play alone, the game helps you to use your thinking skills and recall the words. A good way to start is by choosing 5 or 6 new words each day. Write each word and its meaning on flashcards. Then play the memory game with these cards several times. With every round, you will remember the words better. The more rounds you play, the stronger your memory becomes. It is like training your brain to be more active and sharp. Do not feel discouraged if you forget at first. It is very normal to forget new words sometimes. The goal is to practice every day. When you review the cards again and again, you give your brain a chance to learn. Little by little, the words stick in your mind. Soon, you will not need to look at the meaning. The word will come to you naturally. You can also create a special place in your study space for your flashcards. Keep them in a small box or on a desk. Every day, before or after your other studies, take a few minutes to play with the flashcards. Try to focus on the words without any rush. Make this a calm moment in your day. With a regular routine, you build a strong habit that makes learning easier. Another idea is to write a short sentence on each flashcard. For example, if the word is bright, you can write, "The bright sun warms the day." When you see the word, your brain will also see the small sentence. This shows you how the word is used. You can use simple words to build the sentence. This extra step makes your learning richer. It gives you both the word and its use in everyday speech. You may also turn flashcards into a fun challenge. Try to beat your own time to recall the meanings. Look at each card and say the word and its meaning as quickly as you can. Then check your time. Each day, try to do the job a little faster. This game helps to keep your mind active and makes your review exciting. Memory games can sometimes include drawing pictures or matching words with images. For example, if you learn the word flower, you can draw a small flower next to the word on the card. Seeing both the word and the picture helps your brain to link them. When you see a card with a picture, the meaning of the word comes back to you more easily. Pictures are very strong helpers in memory, and they make learning fun. Using flashcards and memory games makes your study time playful. It feels less like work and more like a game. When learning is fun, you are more likely to keep practicing. Each time you play these games, your mind grows stronger and your vocabulary gets bigger. Enjoy this simple method every day. Remember to take breaks if you feel tired. Short sessions of flashcards and games are much better than one long session. With regular practice, your brain will change slowly and steadily. Over time, you will see many words come into your memory with little effort. Keep playing, keep learning, and soon new words will become part of your daily speech. Enjoy your journey with flashcards and memory games. Chapter 7. Speaking and using new words out loud. Today we learn a new way to practice words. This method is all about speaking the new words out loud. When you say words out loud, they come alive in your mind. It makes the word real and easy to use. Speaking is an important step in learning a language. Your mouth and your ears work together as you speak. When you speak, you hear the word, and that sound helps your memory. Talking with others makes your new words stick. One way to practice is to say words in a simple sentence. For example, if you learn the word excited, you can say, I am excited to learn English. Saying a sentence like this makes the word clear. It shows you how the word can be used. This simple action turns the word into part of your daily life. Another good idea is to speak with a friend or a teacher. When you talk with someone, you use your new words to share your ideas. Do not worry about mistakes. Mistakes help you learn. Every time you speak, you become more comfortable with English. The more you use the words, the faster they will come to you. You can also record your voice. Use your phone to record yourself saying a word or a sentence. Then listen to the recording. This way, you hear your pronunciation and learn where to improve. It might feel strange at first, but it is a very useful tool. Hearing your own voice gives you clear feedback. This tool helps you sound more natural and confident over time. A simple exercise is to choose a few new words each day. Say them one by one, slowly and clearly. Then put them in a short sentence. For example, for the word happy, say, I feel happy today because the sun is shining. Speak each sentence 3 times. This will help your brain keep the word. Do this exercise until you feel that the words are part of you. Sometimes it is helpful to practice in front of a mirror. When you stand in front of a mirror and speak, you see yourself speaking. This may seem strange, but it helps you see your mouth and hear your words. It is like being in a little classroom with yourself.
Your reflection becomes a friend who listens to you. Practice speaking clearly and with a smile. A smile can make your voice sound warm and friendly. It is also good to practice speaking every day. Even if you speak for just a few minutes, it will help. Make it a habit to say your new words out loud when you wake up or before you go to sleep. This daily practice makes your memory stronger. Over time, you will notice that speaking becomes natural and easy. You will look forward to using your new words in your daily life. Try to use the words in a conversation. Even if you do not speak with someone else, talk to yourself in English. Describe your day or tell a simple story. For example, say, "I went to the park and saw many trees." This method allows you to practice without fear. Speaking to yourself is a great way to get used to the language. Another fun exercise is called shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to a short sentence in English and then repeat it right away. You can find simple recordings of English sentences online. Listen carefully and then say the same sentence at the same time. This exercise helps you match the speaker's speed, tone, and rhythm. It may seem difficult at first, but with practice, it becomes easier. Shadowing improves both your speaking and listening skills. You can also play word games with speaking. Ask a friend to play a game where you take turns saying words and forming sentences. Set a small challenge, like using a new word in a funny sentence. Games make learning fun and relaxing. They also help your brain work faster to remember the words. When learning is fun, your memory grows without extra effort. When you speak out loud, your body joins the learning too. Your lips, tongue, and ears work together. This movement helps your brain store the word. It is like a small dance that makes your words stick. With enough practice, the dance becomes smooth and natural. Each time you speak, you practice this dance and get better at it. It is okay to speak slowly at first. Do not worry about speaking perfectly. Every time you practice, you improve little by little. Be kind to yourself and enjoy each moment of speaking. With time, you will gain confidence. Your voice will become a tool that helps you share your thoughts clearly. Sometimes it helps to ask for feedback. If you speak with a teacher or friend who knows English, ask them to listen and tell you what can be improved. Their advice will guide you. You may also join a group or class where you practice speaking together. Listening to others helps you learn new ways to use your words. In this method, consistency is very important. Even if you speak for just a few minutes every day, you build your skill step by step. Think of it as building a small stone wall. Each word you speak is like a stone that adds strength. Before long, you will have a strong wall of words that supports you when you speak. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. When you make a mistake, see it as a chance to learn something new. Every error you correct makes your spoken English better. Remember, everyone starts as a beginner. It is normal to stumble over words at first. Over time, you will speak more clearly. Each effort you make is a step forward. Sharing your spoken words with others brings joy. When you speak with friends, family, or classmates, you learn new ways to use your words. You hear different ideas that make your vocabulary even more useful. It is a journey where every word you speak builds your English skills. Practice speaking every day. Enjoy the moments when your new words come to life. Your voice is strong and steady, and with time, speaking English will feel as natural as breathing. Each word you speak helps you on your journey to learn English. Stay confident and enjoy your speaking journey. Your voice matters, and every word you speak is a victory. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and let the joy of speaking shine through. You are doing great, and every day your words become stronger and clearer. Speak with passion, and let your new words guide you. Every day, each sentence brings you closer to speaking English with ease and joy. Your practice today lights the way for a bright future in English.
Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about how to speak to people in English. Speaking English can feel hard at first, but with practice, you can get better. The key is to start with simple words and sentences. Don't worry about making mistakes. It's normal to make mistakes when you are learning something new. The most important thing is to try. When you talk to someone in English, start with a smile. A smile shows that you are friendly and that you want to talk. Smiling can help you feel more relaxed, and it makes the other person feel comfortable too. It's always a good idea to be polite. Politeness helps you to make a good impression, and people will be happy to talk to you. When you meet someone for the first time, you can start by saying hello or hi. These are very common greetings. After that, you can ask, how are you? This is a simple way to show that you care about how the other person is feeling. They may reply with, I'm fine, thank you, or I'm good. After they answer, it's nice to say, and you? This shows that you are interested in how they feel too. If you want to keep the conversation going, you can ask simple questions. For example, you can ask, what's your name? Or, where are you from? People like to talk about themselves, and these questions are a good way to learn more about them. Asking questions also helps you to keep talking without feeling nervous. Another good question is, what do you do? This means you are asking about the other person's job or what they study. They might say, I am a student, or I work in a store. You can then ask, do you like your job? Or, what do you study? These are easy questions, and they help you learn more about the other person. When someone asks you a question, remember to answer with a short, simple sentence. For example, if they ask, where are you from? You can say, I am from Japan, or I am from Brazil. After answering, you can ask the same question back to them. You could say, and you? Where are you from? This keeps the conversation moving. Sometimes, it's good to talk about the weather. The weather is a topic everyone can talk about. You can say, it's a nice day, or it's very cold today. The other person might agree with you, and then you can continue talking. If they say something about the weather, try to respond with a simple sentence. For example, if they say, it's hot today, you can reply, yes, it is. If you want to talk about your interests, you can use simple phrases like, I like music, or I like to play soccer. If the other person also likes music or soccer, you can talk more about it. You can ask, "What music do you like?" or "Do you play soccer?" Talking about hobbies is a great way to make friends and keep a conversation going. When you are talking to someone, it's important to listen carefully. Listening is just as important as speaking. If you don't understand something, it's okay to ask them to repeat. You can say, "Can you say that again, please?" Or, "Sorry, I didn't understand." People will not mind if you ask them to repeat. They know you are learning, and they will be happy to help. If you don't know how to say something, try to use simple words. You don't need to use difficult words when you are learning. For example, if you don't know the word for delicious, you can say, "The food is very good." People will still understand what you mean. It's okay to keep things simple when you're learning. Also, don't be afraid of silence. Sometimes when you're talking, there might be a short pause. This is normal, and it gives you time to think. You don't have to rush when you're speaking. Take your time and try to say what you want. The other person will wait for you, and they will understand that you are learning. If you are not sure how to end a conversation, you can say, "It was nice talking to you," or "I have to go now." These are polite ways to end a conversation. You can also say, "See you later," or "Goodbye" before you leave. If you are talking to someone new, this will leave a good impression. It's a good idea to practice speaking English as much as you can. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Try to find people who also want to learn English, and you can practice together. You can also practice by listening to English videos or songs. This will help you hear how words are pronounced, and you can try to say them too. When you are talking to people, don't worry if you don't know all the words. You don't need a big vocabulary to start speaking English. Even if you know only a few words, you can still have a conversation. Start with what you know, and slowly, you will learn more words as you keep practicing. Remember, the more you speak, the more confident you will become. At first, you may feel shy or nervous, but that's okay. Everyone feels that way when they are learning a new language. Just keep trying, and little by little you will improve. Don't give up. In the end, speaking English is all about communication. It's not about being perfect. It's about being able to talk to others and share your ideas. People will understand that you are learning, and they will appreciate your efforts. So, be patient with yourself and keep practicing. With time, you will become better at speaking English, and it will become more natural for you. Now let's talk about how to keep a conversation going in English. When you are speaking to someone, it's important to ask questions. Questions help the conversation continue. They also show that you are interested in the other person. Asking questions is easy when you use simple words. For example, you can ask, "Do you like coffee?" or "Do you have a pet?" These are easy questions that anyone can answer. The other person might say, "Yes, I like coffee," or "No, I don't have a pet." You can then say something like, "I like coffee too," or "I have a dog." This helps you share something about yourself, and the other person can learn more about you. Another good question to ask is about people's free time. You can ask, "What do you do in your free time?" This means you are asking what the person likes to do when they are not working or studying. The other person might say, "I like to read books," or "I like to watch movies." Then you can ask more questions like, "What kind of books do you read?" or "What is your favorite movie?" These questions help the conversation grow. You don't need to ask big or difficult questions. Simple questions like these are good because they are easy to understand and they make the conversation interesting. Talking about family is also a nice way to start a conversation. People often like to talk about their family. You can ask, "Do you have brothers or sisters?" The person might answer, "Yes, I have one brother," or "No, I don't have any brothers or sisters." After they answer, you can tell them about your family. For example, you can say, "I have 2 sisters," or "I have a big family." Talking about family helps people feel close, and it's a topic that many people enjoy discussing. If you don't know what to say, that's okay. Sometimes it can be hard to think of new questions. If you feel stuck, just take a deep breath. You can repeat something the other person said. For example, if they say, "I like to travel," you can say, "Oh, you like to travel?" This shows that you are listening, and it helps the other person keep talking. They might tell you more about the places they have visited or the places they want to go. Repeating what the other person says is a good way to keep the conversation going, especially when you don't know what to say next. Let's talk about speaking clearly. When you are talking to someone, it's important to speak clearly so they can understand you. You don't need to speak very fast. In fact, speaking slowly is a good idea when you are learning English. This gives you time to think about what you want to say, and it also helps the other person understand you better. Don't worry if you feel like you are speaking too slowly. It's better to speak slowly and clearly than to speak quickly and make mistakes. Pronunciation is also important when you're speaking English. Pronunciation means how you say the words. Sometimes English words can be difficult to pronounce. If you are not sure how to say a word, you can ask the other person. You can say, "How do you say this word?" Or, "Can you help me with my pronunciation?" People are usually happy to help, and they will tell you how to say the word correctly. Over time, your pronunciation will get better with practice. When you are talking to someone, it's good to make eye contact. Eye contact means looking at the person's face, especially their eyes, while you are speaking. This shows that you are paying attention, and it helps the conversation feel more personal. In some cultures, people do not make much eye contact, but in English-speaking countries, eye contact is usually seen as polite. If you feel shy, you don't have to look at the person all the time. You can look away for a few seconds and then look back at them. The important thing is to show that you're listening and that you care about what the other person is saying. Another way to show that you are listening is to nod your head. When the other person is speaking, You can nod your head to show that you understand. This is a simple way to communicate without using words. You can also say, yes or I see, while the other person is talking. These small words show that you are listening and following the conversation. Sometimes, when you are talking to someone, you might not understand everything they say. This is okay. It's normal to have trouble understanding when you are learning a new language. If you don't understand, don't be afraid to ask for help. You can say, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Or, can you speak more slowly, please? Most people will be happy to help you by speaking more slowly or saying the sentence again. It's also important to remember that you don't have to understand every single word. Even native English speakers don't always understand every word in a conversation. What's more important is understanding the general meaning of what the person is saying. If you miss a word or two, that's okay. Try to focus on the main idea of the conversation. With practice, you will start to understand more and more. When you are talking, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when they are learning a new language. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Don't feel embarrassed if you say something wrong. The other person will understand that you are learning, and they won't mind. In fact, they might even help you by correcting your mistake. For example, if you say, I go to the store, the other person might say, oh, you mean, I went to the store. This is helpful because it shows you the correct way to say it. Don't feel bad about making mistakes. Each mistake is a chance to learn something new. Another good way to improve your English is to practice with different people. Each person speaks a little differently, so talking to many different people can help you get used to different speaking styles. Some people speak fast, and some people speak slowly. Some people use a lot of short words, while others might use longer, more difficult words. By practicing with many people, you can learn to understand different types of English. You can also improve your speaking skills by listening to how different people talk. Listening is a big part of learning how to talk in English. The more you listen, the better you will become at speaking. When you listen to other people, pay attention to the words they use and how they put sentences together. Try to repeat some of the things they say in your own conversations. This will help you remember new words and phrases. You can also listen to English on TV, in movies, or in songs. Even if you don't understand everything, listening helps you get used to the sound of the language. If you are watching a TV show or movie in English, you can turn on the subtitles. Subtitles are the words that appear at the bottom of the screen while the characters are speaking. This can help you follow the conversation and learn new words. After watching the show with subtitles, you can try watching it again without them. This will help you practice understanding spoken English without needing to read the words. You can also practice your English by talking to yourself. This might sound strange, but it's a great way to practice. You can practice simple conversations in your head or out loud. For example, you can imagine you are talking to a friend and then practice what you would say. You can also describe things around you in English. For example, if you are at home, you can say, "This is my kitchen," or "I am sitting on a chair." Practicing in this way helps you get more comfortable with speaking English, and you can do it anytime, even when you are alone. Let's talk a little more about asking for help. When you are learning English, it's okay to ask people for help. If you don't know a word, you can say, "What does this word mean?" Or, "How do you say this in English?" People will usually be happy to help you. It's also a good idea to carry a small notebook with you. If someone teaches you a new word, you can write it down so you can remember it later. Writing things down helps you remember them better, and you can look at your notes whenever you need to. In English, there are many ways to say the same thing. For example, if you want to ask someone if they are okay, you can say, "Are you okay?" Or, "How are you doing?" Or, "Is everything all right?" These are all polite ways to check on someone. Don't worry if you don't know all the different ways to say something. Start with the phrases you know, and slowly learn new ones. As you practice, you will get better at using different phrases. When you are speaking, try to use simple words. Simple words are easier for you to remember, and they are also easier for the other person to understand. You don't need to use big or difficult words to have a good conversation. For example, instead of saying, "I am famished," you can say, "I am very hungry." Both sentences mean the same thing, but the second one is easier to understand. Using simple words also makes it easier for you to focus on the conversation and not worry too much about your vocabulary. If you are not sure how to say something, you can try using other words to explain it. This is called paraphrasing. For example, if you don't know the word for library, you can say, "the place where you go to read books." The other person will understand what you mean, and this helps you keep talking without stopping the conversation. Paraphrasing is a great skill to have when you are learning a new language because it helps you communicate even when you don't know all the words. Speaking English is like any other skill. It gets better with practice. The more you practice, the more confident you will become. You can practice by talking to friends, classmates, or even strangers. If you are shy, you can start by practicing with people you know well. As you get more comfortable, you can try talking to new people. It's okay to feel nervous at first. Everyone feels a little nervous when they are learning something new. Just remember that the more you practice, the easier it will get. When you are practicing, try to speak out loud. Speaking out loud helps you hear how the words sound, and it also helps you get used to forming the words with your mouth. This is important because speaking a new language is not just about knowing the words. It's also about being able to say them clearly. Speaking out loud, even if you are alone, helps you get better at pronouncing the words correctly. If you have a friend who is also learning English, you can practice together. You can take turns asking each other questions and answering them. This is a fun way to practice, and it also helps you feel more confident because you know that your friend is learning too. You can help each other by correcting mistakes and learning new words together. Practicing with a friend makes learning more enjoyable, and it gives you both a chance to improve. Sometimes, you might feel like you are not making progress, but don't worry. Learning a new language takes time, and it's normal to have ups and downs. Some days, you will feel like you are learning a lot, and other days, you might feel stuck. This is all part of the process. The important thing is to keep practicing and not give up. Each day you practice, you are getting better even if it doesn't always feel like it. Let's continue talking about speaking English with more tips and examples. I know learning English can be hard, but don't worry. The more you practice, the better you will get. The key is to not give up, even when it feels difficult. One important thing to remember is to be patient with yourself. Learning a language takes time. You will not learn everything in one day or even in 1 month. But if you keep practicing every day little by little, you will improve. It is like learning any new skill. For example, if you want to learn to play a musical instrument, you have to practice every day. At first, you might only know how to play 1 or 2 notes. But with time, you will learn how to play songs. It's the same with learning English. Start with what you know and keep adding new words and sentences. Over time, you will see how much you have learned. A good way to practice English is to talk to yourself. I know this sounds a little strange, but it can really help. You can talk about simple things. For example, when you are cooking, you can say, I am cutting the vegetables, or I am boiling water. When you are getting ready in the morning, you can say, I am brushing my teeth, or I am getting dressed. Talking to yourself in English helps you practice using the language in everyday situations. It also helps you get used to thinking in English. The more you think in English, the easier it will be to speak. Another great way to practice is by watching TV shows or movies in English. When you watch something in English, you hear how people talk in real life. You can listen to how they ask questions, how they answer, and how they use words in different situations. If you don't understand everything, that's okay. You don't need to understand every single word to learn. Focus on the main idea. You can also turn on the subtitles to help you understand. After watching, you can try to repeat some of the sentences. This will help you remember new words and phrases. Music is another fun way to learn English. You can listen to English songs and try to sing along. Music helps you learn the rhythm of the language and improves your pronunciation. You can start with simple songs that have easy words. As you get better, you can try listening to more difficult songs. Singing along to music helps you practice speaking, and it makes learning more enjoyable. It's also helpful to read in English. You don't have to read long books or difficult texts. You can start with something simple, like short stories or children's books. These books use simple language and short sentences, so they are easier to understand. When you read, try to say the words out loud. This will help you practice your pronunciation. If you see a word you don't know, you can write it down and look it up later. Then, try to use the new word in your own sentences. Reading is a great way to learn new vocabulary and see how words are used in context. If you like writing, you can keep a diary in English. Every day you can write a few sentences about what you did or how you feel. For example, you can write, "Today I went to the park," or "I feel happy because it is sunny." Writing helps you practice using English, and it also helps you organize your thoughts. You don't have to write a lot. Even writing a few sentences every day will help you improve. Over time, you will see how much better your writing becomes. When you talk to someone in English, try to speak slowly and clearly. Don't worry about speaking fast. It's better to take your time and say the words correctly. Speaking slowly also gives you more time to think about what you want to say. It's normal to pause and think during a conversation. You don't need to rush. The other person will understand that you are learning, and they will be patient with you. Sometimes, when you are speaking, you might forget a word. This happens to everyone, even people who speak English as their first language. If you forget a word, don't panic. You can describe what you mean in a different way. For example, if you forget the word restaurant, you can say, "the place where people go to eat." The other person will understand what you mean, and this will help keep the conversation going. Describing things in different ways is a useful skill when you are learning a new language. Another important tip is to listen carefully when other people are speaking. Listening is just as important as speaking. When you listen carefully, you learn new words and phrases, and you also see how sentences are structured. If you don't understand something, it's okay to ask. You can say, "Can you repeat that, please?" Or, "I didn't understand. Can you say it again?" People will not mind repeating things for you. They will understand that you are learning, and they will be happy to help. It's a good idea to practice with different people. Each person speaks a little differently, and this will help you get used to hearing different accents and speaking styles. Some people speak very fast, while others speak more slowly. Some people use a lot of slang or casual words, while others use more formal language. By practicing with different people, you will learn how to understand different types of English. This will also help you become more confident in your speaking. When you are learning English, it's important to celebrate your progress. Every time you learn a new word or use a new sentence, you are improving. It's easy to feel like you are not learning fast enough, but remember that every little step is progress. Even if you learn just one new word a day, by the end of the year, you'll know over 300 new words. So, don't be too hard on yourself. Be proud of what you have learned and keep moving forward. It's also helpful to set small goals for yourself. For example, you can set a goal to learn 5 new words this week, or to have one short conversation in English every day. Setting small goals makes learning more manageable, and it gives you something to work towards. When you reach your goal, you will feel proud of yourself, and this will motivate you to keep learning. Another tip is to use English in your daily life as much as possible. The more you use English, the more comfortable you will become with it. You can label things in your house with their English names. For example, You can put a label on your refrigerator that says refrigerator, or on your door that says door. This helps you learn new words and keeps English in your mind throughout the day. You can also try thinking in English. This is a great way to practice when you are alone. For example, when you are walking or sitting quietly, try to think about what you are doing in English. You can say in your mind, I am walking to the store, or I am drinking coffee. Thinking in English helps you get used to the language, and it makes speaking easier when you are talking to someone else. If you have friends who are also learning English, you can practice together. You can have simple conversations with each other, and you can help each other when you make mistakes. Learning with a friend is fun because you can encourage each other and share new words and phrases that you learn. You can also correct each other's mistakes in a friendly way, which helps you both improve. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes when you're learning. Mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. Don't be afraid to make mistakes when you are speaking. The important thing is to keep trying. People will understand that you are learning, and they will be patient with you. It's also important to practice speaking regularly. If you only practice once in a while, it will take longer to improve. But if you practice a little bit every day, you will see progress much faster. You don't need to practice for hours at a time. Even practicing for 10 or 15 minutes a day can make a big difference. The key is to be consistent. The more you practice, the more confident you will become. If you are nervous about speaking to new people, you can start by practicing in front of a mirror. This helps you get used to seeing yourself speak, and it can make you feel more comfortable when you talk to others. You can practice simple conversations, like introducing yourself or asking questions. Practicing in front of a mirror helps you become more confident, and it gives you a chance to work on your pronunciation and body language. Another thing to remember is that everyone learns at their own pace. Some people might learn quickly, while others take more time. This is completely normal. Don't compare yourself to other people. Focus on your own progress and keep working towards your goals. Learning a new language is a personal journey, and everyone's journey is different. If you ever feel frustrated or stuck, take a break. It's okay to rest when you're tired. Sometimes, stepping away from learning for a short time can help you come back with a fresh mind. After a break, you might find that things are easier to understand. The important thing is to keep going, even if it's a little bit at a time. You can also join online groups or forums where people practice English. These groups give you a chance to talk to people from all over the world who are also learning English. You can ask questions, share tips, and practice having conversations. It's a great way to meet new people and learn from each other. Another good idea is to record yourself speaking English. You can record a short message or conversation and then listen to it later. This helps you hear how you sound when you speak. You can notice things like pronunciation, or if you are speaking too fast or too slowly. Listening to yourself helps you find areas where you can improve. It's also a good way to see how much progress you've made over time. When you are learning English, it's okay to feel nervous or shy at times. This is a normal feeling when you are doing something new. But the more you practice, the more comfortable you will become. Speaking a new language takes courage, and every time you practice, you are building that courage. So, don't be afraid to speak, even if you feel shy. Each time you speak, you are getting better. If you ever feel discouraged, remember why you started learning English in the first place. Maybe you want to travel, or maybe you want to talk to more people from different countries. Whatever your reason, keep it in mind and let it motivate you. Learning English opens up many opportunities and it's worth the effort. Let's continue talking about learning and practicing English. Learning a new language is a journey. It can feel difficult at times, but with practice, you will improve. Remember, it's important to practice every day, even if only for a few minutes. Every small step you take will help you become better at speaking English. When you are learning English, one of the most important things to do is to listen. Listening helps you understand how people speak in real conversations. You can listen to conversations, TV shows, music, or podcasts. Even if you don't understand everything, don't worry. Just try to focus on the main ideas. Over time, you will start to understand more and more. If you hear a word you don't know, you can write it down. Later, you can look up the meaning of the word and learn how to use it. Writing down new words helps you remember them better. You can also try using the new word in a sentence. For example, if you learn the word delicious, you can say, "The food is delicious." Practicing new words like this helps you remember them and use them in your conversations. Another way to practice English is to ask questions. When you are speaking to someone, don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't understand something. You can say, "Can you explain that, please?" Or, "What does that mean?" People will be happy to help you. Asking questions is a good way to learn and improve your understanding. When you are speaking, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language. Making mistakes is part of the learning process. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. Don't worry if you say something wrong. The important thing is to keep talking and practicing. People will understand that you are learning and will be patient with you. Sometimes, it can be helpful to record yourself speaking. You can record yourself reading a sentence or talking about your day. Then, listen to the recording. This helps you hear how you sound when you speak English. You can notice if you are pronouncing words correctly, or if you need to slow down. Listening to yourself can help you find areas where you can improve. It also helps you become more comfortable with speaking. A good tip for learning English is to practice speaking out loud. Even if you are alone, you can practice speaking. For example, when you are cooking, you can say, "I am cutting vegetables." Or, when you are walking, you can say, "I am going to the store." Speaking out loud helps you get used to forming the words with your mouth. It also helps you practice pronunciation and speaking clearly. You can also talk about your daily activities in English. For example, you can say, I woke up at 7 a.m. or I am having breakfast. This helps you practice using English in real-life situations. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will become with using English in your everyday life. If you are shy or nervous about speaking to other people, it can help to practice in front of a mirror. Stand in front of the mirror and pretend you are talking to someone. You can practice introducing yourself or asking simple questions. This helps you become more confident, and it helps you get used to seeing yourself speak. Practicing in front of a mirror is a good way to build your confidence before you speak to others. Another way to practice is to read simple books in English. You don't need to start with difficult books. You can choose short stories or books for beginners. Reading helps you learn new words and understand how sentences are structured. When you read, try to say the words out loud. This helps you practice pronunciation and speaking clearly. If you find a word you don't know, write it down and look it up later. Writing in English is also a good way to practice. You don't need to write long essays. You can start by writing short sentences about your day. For example, you can write, Today I went to the park. Or, I am happy because it is sunny. Writing helps you organize your thoughts and practice using English. It also helps you remember new words and how to use them in sentences. If you have friends who are learning English, you can practice together. You can take turns asking each other questions and answering them. For example, you can ask, What did you do today? And your friend can answer, I went to the store. Practicing with a friend makes learning more fun. You can help each other by correcting mistakes and sharing new words. It's also a good way to build your confidence, because you know your friend is learning too. Another thing to remember when learning English is to be patient with yourself. Learning a new language takes time. You won't learn everything in one day. Some days, you might feel like you are making a lot of progress, and other days, you might feel like you are stuck. This is normal. The important thing is to keep practicing. Even when it feels difficult, don't give up. Every day you practice, you're getting better, even if it doesn't always feel like it. It's also helpful to set small goals for yourself. For example, you can set a goal to learn 5 new words this week, or to have one short conversation in English every day. Setting small goals helps you stay focused and gives you something to work towards. When you reach your goal, you will feel proud of yourself, and this will motivate you to keep going. A fun way to practice English is by watching TV shows or movies in English. When you watch something in English, you hear how people speak in real-life situations. You can listen to how they ask questions, how they answer, and how they use words in different situations. If you don't understand everything, that's okay. You don't need to understand every word. Just focus on the main ideas. You can also turn on subtitles to help you understand. After watching, you can try to repeat some of the sentences you heard. This will help you remember new words and phrases. Another fun way to learn English is by listening to music. You can listen to songs in English and try to sing along. Music helps you learn the rhythm of the language and improves your pronunciation. You can start with simple songs that have easy words. As you get better, you can try listening to more difficult songs. Singing along to music is a fun way to practice speaking and helps make learning more enjoyable. You can also practice English by talking to yourself. For example, when you are doing something simple like cooking or cleaning, you can say what you are doing in English. You can say, I am washing the dishes, or I am cleaning the table. Talking to yourself helps you practice using English in everyday situations. It also helps you get used to thinking in English. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. If you like writing, you can keep a diary in English. Every day you can write a few sentences about what you did or how you feel. For example, you can write, Today I went to the park, or I feel happy because it is sunny. Writing in a diary helps you practice using English and helps you remember new words and phrases. It's also a good way to track your progress and see how much you have improved over time. It's important to remember that learning a language is a journey. There will be times when it feels easy and times when it feels hard. That's okay. The most important thing is to keep going. Even if you only practice for a few minutes each day, you are making progress. The more you practice, the better you will get. One of the best ways to learn English is by using it in your daily life. For example, when you go to a store, you can try speaking to the cashier in English. You can ask, How much is this? Or, Where is the milk? These small conversations help you practice speaking and give you a chance to use what you have learned in real-life situations. Another way to use English in your daily life is to label things in your house with their English names. For example, you can put a label on your refrigerator that says, refrigerator, or on your door that says, door. This helps you learn new words and keeps English in your mind throughout the day. You can also try thinking in English. This is a great way to practice when you are alone. For example, when you are walking or sitting quietly, try to think about what you are doing in English. You can say in your mind, I am walking to the store, or I am drinking coffee. Thinking in English helps you get used to the language and makes speaking easier when you are talking to someone else. If you are feeling nervous about speaking to new people, you can start by practicing with people you know well. For example, you can practice with your friends, family, or classmates. The more you practice with people you know, the more confident you will feel when speaking to new people. It's okay to feel nervous at first. Everyone feels nervous when they are learning something new. But the more you practice, the easier it will become. When you talk to someone in English, it's okay to pause and think about what you want to say. You don't need to speak quickly. Speaking slowly gives you time to think and helps you say the words more clearly. It's also okay to ask the other person to repeat something if you didn't understand. You can say, Can you say that again, please? Or, I didn't understand. Can you explain? People will be happy to help you. It's also important to listen carefully when other people are speaking. Listening helps you learn new words and phrases, and it also helps you understand how sentences are structured. The more you listen, the better you will understand. If you don't understand something, don't be afraid to ask. You can say, "What does that mean?" Or, "Can you explain that, please?" Asking questions helps you learn and improves your understanding. Another helpful tip is to practice with different people. Each person speaks a little differently, and this will help you get used to hearing different accents and speaking styles. Some people speak fast, while others speak more slowly. Some people use more slang or casual words, while others use more formal language. Practicing with different people helps you learn how to understand different types of English and helps you become more confident in your speaking. If you are feeling stuck or frustrated, it's okay to take a break. Learning a language takes time, and it's important to be patient with yourself. Sometimes, taking a short break can help you come back with a fresh mind. After a break, you might find that things are easier to understand. The important thing is to keep going and not give up. You can also join online groups or forums where people practice English. These groups give you a chance to talk to people from all over the world who are also learning English. You can ask questions, share tips, and practice having conversations. It's a great way to meet new people and learn from each other. In conclusion, learning English takes time, patience, and practice. The more you practice, the better you will get. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and remember to ask questions when you need help. Keep practicing every day, even if only for a few minutes. Little by little, you will improve and become more confident in speaking English. Keep going, and don't give up. You are doing a great job. Thank you for listening. I hope you feel more confident about speaking English now. Just remember to smile, be polite, and keep practicing. You are doing great. Please like, subscribe, and press the bell notification so that you never miss new updates. Have a nice day.
In this episode, I will help you speak English using eBite simple sentences. These sentences are easy, useful, and real. I will speak slowly. I will use simple words. I will repeat ideas. I want you to listen, pause, and speak with me. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. Today is about practice. Real practice. We will speak real English, not grammar rules, not big words, not tests. Just simple, clear sentences. Sentences you can use every day. Sentences to help you feel more confident when you speak. This is your speaking time. You can sit, stand, walk, or lie down. You can speak out loud, or you can speak in your head. But please speak. That is the most important part. So let's begin with something very simple. Just repeat after me. Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. What is your name? My name is Ariel. Nice to meet you. Where are you from? I am from Pakistan. I live in a small city. It is a quiet place. I like my city. Do you like your city? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. Now let's try a few more. I wake up at chi. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I take a shower. I get dressed. I eat breakfast. I drink tea. I go to work. I go to school. I study English. I read a book. I write in my notebook. I listen to English. I speak slowly. I make mistakes. But it's okay. I keep going. I try again. I don't stop. I feel good. I feel strong. I believe in myself. Do you see? These are short sentences. Easy words, but they are powerful. These sentences help you build your English muscle. The more you use them, the stronger your English becomes. So let's keep going. Let's learn more sentences. I work in an office. I work on my computer. I write emails. I talk to my coworkers. I take a break. I eat lunch. I drink water. I feel tired. I feel busy. Ache. I feel happy. Then I go home. I take a rest. I sit on the sofa. I watch TV. I listen to music. I check my phone. I send a message. I call my friend. I make dinner. I eat with my family. I talk to my mother. I talk to my brother. I help clean the kitchen. I wash the dishes. I brush my teeth again. I get ready for bed. I feel sleepy. I close my eyes. I sleep at Jew. This is my day. This is my life. These are my EBET sentences. Of course, we are not finished yet, but you can already see how many things you can say in simple English, and you can say them right now. Just repeat them with me. You don't need to wait. You don't need to study more grammar first. Just listen, repeat, and speak. This is the way, the natural way, the easy way, the fun way. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You only need to speak. One sentence today, one more sentence tomorrow, and step by step, you will become stronger, faster, and more confident in English. Let's try some question sentences now. Where do you live? What do you do? What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? What time do you go to work? What do you do at work? Who do you talk to? What do you do after work? What time do you eat dinner? What do you watch on TV? What time do you go to sleep? These are all questions you can answer with simple words. And when you answer, you build your English. Let me show you. Question: what do you do? Answer: I am a student. Or I am a teacher. Or I am a driver. Or I work in a shop. See? Very easy. Question: what do you eat for breakfast? Answer: I eat bread and eggs. I drink tea. Or I eat fruit. I like apples. Simple, short, clear. You don't need long answers. You just need real answers. Let's do more. Question: what time do you go to sleep? What time do you go to sleep? Answer: I go to sleep at Jew. Sometimes Drew. All good answers. You can say what is true for you. That is how you make English yours. Now let's practice full sentences about your day. I wake up at Lou. I open the window. Yeah. I look outside. I see the sky. I take a deep breath. I feel calm. I feel ready. I walk to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I feel fresh. I go to the kitchen. I make tea. I drink slowly. I sit in silence. I think about my day. I plan my work. I write a list. I get ready. I put on my clothes. I take my bag. I leave the house. I walk to the bus stop. I wait for the bus. I listen to English. I smile. I feel good. I arrive at work. I greet my coworkers. I sit at my desk. I turn on my computer. I start my work. I check my email. I reply to messages. I take a short break. I stretch my arms. I drink some water. I return to work. I finish my tasks. I feel proud. I go home. I walk slowly. I look at the sky again. I feel thankful. I make dinner. I eat with my family. We talk. We laugh. We enjoy the food. After dinner, I clean the table. I wash the dishes. I go to my room. I sit down. I open my English book. I read a few pages. I learn new words. I say them out loud. I smile again. I feel better. I close the book. I brush my teeth. I lie down. I close my eyes. I say thank you. I go to sleep. That is my full day, and that is over eByte simple sentences. Can you do it too? Yes, you can. You don't need to be fast. You don't need to use big words. You just need to begin. One word, one sentence, one voice, your voice. The more you speak, the more natural it feels. And soon English will feel like your language, not a test, not a fear, but a part of you. So let's keep going together. I will help you. I will walk with you. One step at a time. Now let's add more useful sentences. Let's talk about people. I have a friend. His name is Ali. He is kind. He helps me. We talk in English. We learn together. Sometimes we go for a walk. Sometimes we sit and drink tea. We talk about our day. We talk about English. I say one sentence. He says one sentence. We laugh. We make mistakes, but we don't stop. Speaking with a friend is helpful. But you can learn faster. You feel stronger. You feel happy. Even short talks help. You can say, "Hello, how are you?" "I'm fine." "And you?" "I'm good too." "That's nice." "What are you doing?" "I'm reading." "What are you reading?" "I'm reading a story." "Do you like it?" "Yes, I do." "It's interesting. What will you do later?" "I will go outside. I will buy bread. I will cook dinner." Simple conversation. Real talk. Now let's talk about feelings. I feel happy. I feel sad. I feel tired. I feel busy. I feel relaxed. I feel nervous. I feel excited. I feel calm. These are important words. You can use them in many ways. For example, I feel happy today. I feel tired in the morning. I feel calm after a walk. You can ask others too. How do you feel today? Do you feel okay? Are you tired? Are you excited? These are good questions. You can use them with friends, with family, with teachers. Let's talk about the weather. It's sunny, it's cloudy, it's raining, it's cold, it's hot. It's windy. It's nice today. The sun is shining. The sky is blue. I like the weather. I don't like the cold. I like the rain. I like to walk in the rain. I take an umbrella. I wear a jacket. I stay dry. I drink hot tea. I look at the sky. I listen to the rain. The weather changes. Just like us. Some days are bright, some days are slow. But we keep going. Now let's talk about time. What time is it? It is ball o'clock. It is jur sensor. It is noon. It is evenings. I wake up and I eat at bot. I start work at ju. I take lunch at ei. Go home at woo. I sleep at jur. These time sentences help you plan your day. They help you speak about your routine. Let's say your full day again with time. I brush my teeth at lu. Sure. I eat breakfast at lu. Sun sure. I leave home at chi. I start work at ba. I work until shurar. I eat lunch at e. I rest at r. I finish work at woo. I go home at woo. Sunsure. I eat dinner at chi. I relax at ba. I read at ju. I sleep at jur. That's a full routine. You can try this with your own day. Just change the time. Say what is true for you. This is how you learn. Let's talk about things you like. I like apples. I like books. I like music. I like walking. I like English. You can say, I like to read. I like to cook. I like to listen to music. I like to watch movies. I like to learn. What do you like? Try to answer. Say, I like to learn English. I like to speak slowly. I like to understand. I like to grow. These are strong sentences. They help your mind. They help your heart. They help your English. Now let's talk about food. I eat rice. I eat bread. I eat fruit. I drink tea. I drink water. I cook at home. I like to eat with my family. I like hot food. I like sweet food. I like spicy food. I eat 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, and evening. I eat eggs in the morning. I eat rice and chicken in the afternoon. I eat soup at night. Sometimes I eat snacks. I like biscuits. I like bananas. I like peanuts. These food words are good to know. You can talk about your meals. You can talk with others about food. It is a good way to practice. Now let's talk about places. I go to the market. I go to the park. I go to the shop. I go to the doctor. I go to the mosque. I go to school. I go to work. I go home. These are places we know. You can say, I go to the market on Sunday. I walk in the park every morning. I go to school at Ba. I go home at Woo. I like to visit new places. I like to see new things. Let's talk about family. I have a mother, I have a father, I have a brother. I live with my family. We eat together, we talk together, we help each other. My mother cooks. My father works. My brother studies. My sister plays. I help my mother. I talk to my father. I play with my sister. I love my family. I feel happy with them. You can talk about your family like this. Use short words. Use easy sentences. It will help your English and help your heart too. Now let's talk about habits. I drink water every day. I walk in the morning. I read at night. I study English for 2 minutes. I say thank you every day. I try to sleep early. I try to eat healthy food. I try to stay calm. These habits help me. You can make your own. You can say, I study English each day. I write 1 sentence. I speak 1 sentence. I repeat after Ariel. I shadow her voice. I close my eyes. I speak from my heart. I don't think in my language. I think in English. That is a good habit, a small habit, but a strong one. Let's talk about goals. I want to speak English. I want to understand movies. I want to talk to new people. I want to learn new words. I want to feel strong. These are my goals. What are your goals? You can say, I want to speak English slowly and clearly. I want to feel proud. I want to talk to my teacher. I want to make a new friend. These are good goals. You don't need big goals. Small goals are okay. 1 goal at a time. Step by step. That is enough. Let's stop here for now. You have learned many sentences already. You have spoken many words. You have practiced real English. And you are doing well. Just remember, you don't need to be fast. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. 1 sentence, then another, and then more. That is how you grow. Let's now talk about simple actions we do every day. I open the door. I close the window. I turn on the light. I turn off the fan. I sit on the chair. I stand up. I walk to the kitchen. I drink a glass of water. I clean the table. I sweep the floor. I wash my hands. I dry my hands. I wear my shoes. I take off my shoes. I comb my hair. I check the mirror. I open my bag. I take out my book. I write with a pen. I draw a picture. I turn the page. I look at the clock. I wait for the bus. I listen to the sound. I hear a bird. I smile. I feel peaceful. These are small actions, but you can speak them in English. Try to do it every day. When you do something, say it. Say it in your mind, or say it out loud. I wash my hands. I sit on the sofa. I pick up my phone. I plug in the charger. I check the battery. These are easy to say and useful. Now let's talk about talking. I speak slowly. I speak clearly. I ask a question. I give an answer. I listen carefully. I wait before I speak. I say hello. I say goodbye. I say thank you. I say sorry. I say please. I ask for help. I give help. I tell a story. I ask someone's name. I remember their name. I say nice to meet you. I speak with respect. I don't shout. I try to understand. I ask again if I don't hear. I say, can you repeat that, please? I say, I don't understand. I say, that's okay. I say, no problem. These are good speaking habits. And you can use them anywhere, in a shop, in a school, in a bus, at home, with a friend, with a teacher, With a stranger, these words help you connect. Let's try a little talk now. Hello. Hello. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm good too. What's your name? My name is Sarah. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Nice to meet you too. Where are you from? I'm from Lahore. Oh, that's a nice city. Thank you. Do you study English? Yes, I do. Every day. That's great. Keep going. You too. Bye. Bye. This is a small conversation, but very helpful. You can say this again and again. Practice alone or with someone. Now let's talk about learning. I learn something new. I repeat the same sentence. I listen to slow English. I write down words. I check the meaning. I use the word in a sentence. I say it 3 times. I close my eyes and repeat. I speak to myself. I speak to my mirror. I record my voice. I listen to my voice. I smile. I feel better. I enjoy the learning. I try again tomorrow. I don't stop, even when it's hard. I say, I can do this. I say, I will try. I say, 1 sentence is enough. Learning English is like planting a seed. First you water it. Then it grows. Slowly. But it grows. Every word you speak is water. Every sentence is light. Every try is strong. So keep learning. Let's talk about dreams. I want to travel. I want to visit other countries. I want to speak with people. I want to understand them. I want to watch movies without subtitles. I want to read books. I want to help someone. I want to teach English one day. These are dreams, and they are good. Your dreams matter. You can reach them. But first, start small. Say a sentence. Repeat it. Make it yours. Speak it. Say it again tomorrow. That is how dreams begin. Let's now talk about asking for help. You can say, "Can you help me? I don't understand." Can you say that again? What does that mean? How do you say this in English? Can you speak slowly? I'm learning English. Please be patient. These are powerful sentences. They open doors. They make people kind. They help you learn. Let's talk about things in your room. There is a bed. There is a chair. There is a table. There is a fan. There is a lamp. There is a mirror. There is a window. There are books. There are clothes. There are shoes. You can say, I sit on the bed. I look at the mirror. I open the window. I close the door. I clean the floor. I fold my clothes. I put my shoes near the door. I read a book. I write in my notebook. I rest for a while. I feel calm. These are easy, daily actions, and you can say them all in English. Just one by one. Don't rush. Let's talk about directions. Go straight. Turn left, turn right. Stop here. Go back. It's near. It's far. It's on the right. It's on the left. It's next to the bank. It's behind the shop. It's in front of the school. It's between the hospital and the park. These are helpful when you'd a verbal, or when someone asks you something. You can also say, "Excuse me." Where is the station? How can I go to the market? Is it far? Thank you very much. You're welcome. Now let's talk about feelings again. I feel cold. I feel hot. I feel sick. I feel better. I feel hungry. I feel full. I feel strong. I feel weak. I feel scared. I feel brave. I feel shy. I feel open. All these feelings are part of life, and you can speak them in English. Don't hide them. Use them. Let your English speak your heart. Let's talk about questions. What is this? Who is that? Where is the shop? When is your birthday? Why are you sad? How are you today? These are question words: what, who, where, when, why, how. You can use them to start a question, then add a simple sentence. What is your name? Who is your teacher? Where do you live? When do you sleep? Why are you happy? How do you learn English? These are great questions to practice. You can answer them or ask them. Now let's talk about clothes. I wear a shirt. I wear pants. I wear shoes. I wear socks. I wear a jacket. I wear a scarf. My clothes are clean. My clothes are soft. I fold my clothes. I put them in the cupboard. I choose what to wear. I wear white on. I wear blue on Monday. I like simple clothes. I feel good in them. All these words help you talk about your daily life. You are building English. You are building confidence. And most important, you are building yourself. Let's now talk about simple things around us. I see a tree. I see a bird. I see the sky. I see a car. I see a road. I see a flower. I see a house. I see a shop. I see people. I see a child. I hear a sound. I hear music. I hear the wind. I hear someone talk. I hear a car horn. I hear a dog bark. I smell food. I smell tea. I smell flowers. I smell something sweet. I touch the wall. I touch my phone. I touch the table. I feel the wind. I feel the sun. I feel the cold. All these things are around you, and you can talk about them in English. You can say, I see a bird on the wall. I hear music from the window. I feel the wind on my face. I smell food from the kitchen. These are good sentences. They are simple. They are real. Now let's talk about actions again. I open my book. I close my book. I start reading. I finish reading. I write my name. I write a sentence. I erase a word. I draw a star. I color the picture. I underline the word. These are classroom actions. You can use them when you study. You can say, I write every day. I read before sleep. I listen to English in the morning. I repeat new words. I try to remember. I try to speak. I keep learning, even when it's slow. Let's talk about home now. I live in a house. My house is small. My house is clean. My house has 2 rooms. My house has 1 kitchen. My house has a bathroom. I like my house. It is quiet. It is warm. I feel safe here. I clean the floor. I wash the clothes. I make the bed. I help my mother. I open the window. I water the plants. I sweep the room. I keep things in place. I light a candle. I sit and rest. I drink tea on the floor. I enjoy my home. You can talk about your home like this. Just use simple words. Let's now talk about health. I feel sick. I have a fever. I have a cough. I have a cold. I feel weak. I need rest. I drink warm water. I take medicine. I sleep early. I eat light food. I feel better today. I am strong again. I go to the doctor. The doctor checks me. The doctor gives me medicine. I say thank you. I take care of myself. I stay warm. I stay calm. I don't worry. I get well soon. These are good sentences. Health is important, and you can speak about it too. Now let's talk about seasons. There are 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, winter. I like spring. The flowers grow. The air is fresh. I like summer. It is hot. I wear light clothes. I eat cold food. I drink juice. I like autumn. The leaves fall. The wind blows. It is cool. I like winter. It is cold. I wear warm clothes. I drink hot tea. I sit near the heater. I stay inside. I like all seasons. Each one is different. Each one is special. You can speak about the season now. What season is it today? You can say, it is winter. It is cold. I wear a jacket. I drink tea. I stay inside. Or you can say, it is summer. It is hot. I wear a cap. I drink water. I walk in the evening. These sentences help you talk about your world. Let's now talk about numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I count my books. I have 5 books. I count my pens. I have 3 pens. I count my shoes. I have 2 pairs. I count the chairs. I see 4 chairs. Counting is simple. You can use it anywhere. At home. In school. In the shop. You can say, I want 2 apples. I need 1 notebook. Please give me 3 bananas. These are useful speaking sentences. Let's now talk about time again. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. I wake up in the morning. I study in the afternoon. I relax in the evening. I sleep at night. These are easy to say. You can add time words. Today, tomorrow, yesterday. I studied yesterday. I will study tomorrow. I am studying today. I ate rice yesterday. I will eat bread tomorrow. I am eating fruit today. These are daily words. And you can use them in real life. Let's now talk about days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I go to school on Monday. I go to work on Tuesday. I visit my friend on Wednesday. I rest on Thursday. I go to the mosque on Friday. I go shopping on Saturday. I clean the house on Sunday. You can make your own sentences. Just say what you do on each day. That will help your memory and your speech. Let's talk about hobbies. I like reading. I like writing. I like drawing. I like cooking. I like walking. I like singing. I like dancing. I like playing games. I like watching movies. I like listening to music. These are all good hobbies. You can say, I read books in the evening. I draw pictures on paper. I cook rice on Sunday. I walk in the morning. I listen to music when I study. These are true for many people. You can use them to... Let's talk about feelings again. I feel bored. I feel tired. I feel sleepy. I feel excited. I feel strong. I feel better. I feel peaceful. I feel quiet. These words are part of life. You can say, I feel sleepy in the afternoon. I feel excited for tomorrow. I feel peaceful at night. These feelings make good sentences, and they help you speak with heart. Now let's talk about the calendar. What month is it? It is January. It is February. It is March. It is April. It is May. It is June. It is July. It is August. It is September. It is October. It is November. It is December. You can say, my birthday is in March. School starts in August. It is hot in June. It is cold in December. These are easy and useful sentences. Let's also talk about the date. Today is Monday. Today is July 1st. Today is a good day. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Yesterday was Sunday. These are helpful time sentences. You can use them in writing. You can use them in speaking. Now let's talk about celebrations. I celebrate my birthday. I eat cake. I wear new clothes. I meet my friends. I get gifts. I say thank you. I celebrate Eid. I visit my family. I pray. I eat with my family. I wear new clothes. I feel happy. I celebrate with love. I celebrate with peace. These are part of life. You can talk about your holidays, your special days, your favorite times. Just use easy words. Use short sentences and speak slowly. I wanted to speak English. I wanted to speak well, so I made a plan. I said, I will speak every day. I opened my mouth. I said one sentence. I said, good morning. It was easy. Then I said, how are you? That was sentence 2. I smiled. I said, I am fine. That was number 3. I said, nice to meet you. That was number 4. Slowly, I learned 5, 10, and 20 sentences. I said them again and again. I didn't wait. I didn't stop. I just said them. I spoke in the morning. I spoke in the evening. I spoke when I was alone. I spoke when I was walking. I said, I am happy. I said, this is my bag. I said, the sky is blue. I said, I like apples. Every small sentence helped me. Every word gave me power. I made a small notebook. I wrote all the sentences. I read them again and again. I didn't forget them. I kept them in my head. When I had time, I said them. I said, this is my pen. I said, she is my friend. I said, I am learning English. I said, I can speak now. I didn't need grammar. I didn't need rules. I just needed the sentence. I needed the voice. I needed the sound. I needed to repeat. I needed to feel the words. And slowly, I started to feel English. One day, I met a tourist. He said, hello. I said, hello. He said, how are you? I said, I'm good, thank you. I was happy. I was proud I could talk. I didn't stop. I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Canada. I said, oh, nice to meet you. He smiled. He said, nice to meet you too. We talked more. He asked, do you speak English? I said, Yes, I am learning English every day. I said, I practice with sentences. He said, that's great. I was so happy. I said, I can speak. I can talk. Every sentence became my friend. Every line gave me power. I said, this is my house. I said, I go to school. I said, I eat rice. I said, the cat is sleeping. Simple words, small words, but powerful. I spoke to my mirror. I spoke to myself. I said, you can do it. I said, don't stop. I said, keep going. I didn't wait for perfect English. I didn't wait for grammar books. I just made e-bite sentences, and I used them. One day, I went to the shop. I said, I want 1 apple. The man said, here you go. I said, thank you. I felt strong. I felt big. I felt ready. I said, how much is it? He said, $1. I said, okay, here is $1. I smiled. He smiled. I spoke English. Just a few sentences. But they worked. They helped me. I added new ones. I said, I am learning slowly. I said, English is fun. I said, I am not perfect. I said, but I try. I said, every day I speak. I said, I don't give up. I said, I repeat many times. I said, I listen and speak. I said, I speak with love. I said, I speak with care. These words became part of me. They became my English. I made a list. I made it simple. Just e-bite sentences. I didn't need big grammar. I just needed e-bet small things I can say. I started with Jew, then I made it arsers. Then I made it woosers. Then I said, now I will learn e-bat. I said, this is easy. I said, this is fun. I said, I can do this. I spoke at my sister yoked to my Englister. I said, let's talk in English. She said, okay. I said, what are you doing? She said, I am reading. I said, oh, nice. I said, I like books too. She smiled. She said, you speak well. I said, thank you. My heart felt warm, my mouth felt strong. I said, I want to speak more. She said, let's speak again tomorrow. I said, sure. English was not far. English was close. It was in my mouth. It was in my ears. It was in my hands. It was in my life. I saw English on signs. I saw English on the phone. I saw English on TV. I read it. I said it. I used my e-bet sentences. They helped me understand. They helped me answer. They helped me ask. I was growing. I was rising. I didn't feel shy. I didn't feel scared. I said, this is my time. I said, this is my journey. I said, this is my English. I didn't need to be fast. I didn't need to be smart. I just needed to say one sentence, then one more, then again. That was the magic. That was the power. I kept going ever since heard. 4. I said, can you help me? I said, yes. Where is the station? I said, I want to go home. I said, I like this song. I said, he is a good man. I said, she is my teacher. I said, I want to learn. I said, please speak slowly. I said, can you say that again? I said, I understand now. These were my friends. These were my tools. I didn't need more. I kept a card in my pocket. It had your sentences. Every day I read them. On the bus, on the road, at school. At home, I whispered them. I sang them. I spoke them. I lived them. And they lived in me. They were my voice. They were my light. One day, my teacher said, "You speak better now." I said, "Thank you, teacher." He said, "What is your secret?" I said, "I bet sentences." He smiled. He said, "Good idea." I said, "Simple and strong." He said, "Keep it up." I said, "I will." And I really did.